Briefly, here are the materials needed. You're going to need some macrame cord. I'm going to leave details in the description below about specifics for each of these items. 10mm crochet hook, a large darning needle, and a pair of scissors. All right. Okay, so we're going to begin with a magic ring. You're just going to wrap the yarn around your 4 fingers like this, grab your hook, push it under the first piece, over the second piece, and scoop up a loop. Go ahead and pick up your working yarn, or cord, and you're going to chain 1. We're going to work 5 single crochets into the magic ring. So push your hook through, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through those first 2 loops on your hook, well, both loops on your hook. Okay, that's a single crochet. We're going to do that 5 times into our magic ring. I'm going to warn you that this is a pretty difficult material to crochet with. The actual pattern is not difficult. It's really just the process of crocheting with a really thick macrame cord, but it's worth it, I promise you. Okay, so go ahead and get those 5 single crochets into the magic ring. All right, make sure it's all straightened out there. And grab that short piece to pull the ring closed. You're going to have to adjust it a couple of times here because, as I said, it's not the easiest material to work with for crochet, but it is worth it. All right, let's close this round with a slip stitch into that chain 1 space. Okay, so yarn over, pull right through the loops on your hook, if you can get the hook through the chain. All right, as I said, you're gonna have to adjust it a few times just to make it how you want it. All right, so now to begin our next round, we are going to chain 1. We're going to chain 1 at the start of every round. So we're going to single crochet twice into each stitch around. So push your hook through that first stitch there, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops on your hook. All right. And do it again in the exact same stitch. We're going to do that in every single stitch all the way around. So because we have 5 stitches right now and we're working 2 into every stitch around, by the end of this round you should have a total of 10 stitches. And you're going to close each round with a slip stitch in your chain 1 space. And you're going to start each round with a chain 1. Okay. So just go ahead and work these 2 single crochets into every stitch all the way around. All right, so you're just going to continue on, and as I said, you're going to close your round with a slip stitch in that chain 1 space, chain 1 and come back. Okay, so now for our next round, we're going to work 2 single crochets into that first stitch. Okay, that's 1 and 2 in that first stitch, 1 single crochet into the following stitch. Okay, and you're just going to continue on working all the way around, close with a slip stitch, chain 1 and come back. You should have 15 stitches by the time that you get to the end of this round. Okay, so for this next round, we're going to do 2 single crochets in the first stitch. And 1 single crochet, sorry, there's the second one in the first, so two single crochets in that first stitch. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself there. And we're going to do 1 single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. Right? So another 1 in the following. All right, so 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. You're going to do that all the way around, close with a slip stitch, chain 1 and come back. And by the time you get to the end of this round, you should have a total of 20 stitches. Okay, so go ahead and work on that all the way around, chain 1, come back. All right, so chain 1 to start this next round. And we're going to work 2 single crochets in the first stitch. Okay, so 1 more in that first stitch, 2 in the first stitch. And we're going to work 1 single crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. Just gotta fix my cord here. I don't know if you guys find, I find it twists a lot. So 1 single crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. All right, and by the time that you get to the end of this round, you should have 25 stitches. Right? So just keep on continuing on with that 2 1 1 1 2 1 1 1 2 1 1 1 all the way around, close with a slip stitch, chain 1, and then come on back. All right, we're going to do 2 single crochets in the first stitch. And then 1 single crochet into each of the next 4 stitches. All right. And you're just going to go ahead and continue with that all the way around. And by the time that you get to the start of this round, you should have 30 stitches. Chain 1, come back. All right, so now we're going to start working our sides. Since we've been going into the full stitch, now we're going to go in the back loop only. So you're going to go over the stitch into that back loop only and work your single crochets just like you have been. Just 1 back loop single crochet all the way around, every single stitch all the way around. Okay, so this round is nice because it's going to give your hands a bit of a break. It's not as much tension there. All right, so 1 back loop 1 back loop single crochet all the way around. And you're going to close your round the same way as you have been up until this point with slip stitch in that chain 1 space and chain 1 to come back. All right, so now that we've done that, you might need to stretch it out a little. But we're going to now go ahead and move on to the sides. So we're going to work 1 single crochet in every stitch all the way around. Close with your slip stitch at the end, chain 1 to start the next one. You're going to do that for a total of 4 rounds and then come back. All right, so now that you've done those rounds, you're just going to pull a little bit of a tail end there, fasten off, grab your scissors and fasten off your work. Okay, pull the rest of that through to secure it. Grab your darning needle, and you're just going to thread that darning needle. This is why I was saying you need a large one for this material. And we're just going to weave the tail ends in and out of some of the stitches on the inside of your work. So you're just going to go ahead and weave it in and out of a couple stitches, fasten it off, do the same with your starting tail, and you're done. I hope that you've enjoyed this pattern. Please like and subscribe.